Hey guys, it's Becky with Design Bundles, and I'm back today to tell you all about making glitter tattoos. Super exciting with 4th of July right around the corner. Also great for any kids craft because what kid does not love temporary tattoos? Am I right? Also good for adults, so don't act like you don't want one because I am in love with them and I know you will be too. We're going to talk about using scraps with the Cricut Joy today. And then we are going to talk about what it takes to make your own glitter tattoos.
Okay, so today we're going to venture out and we are once again using the Cricut Design Space app on our phone. When using the Cricut Joy and with it being so portable, it just really feels natural to use a mobile device. That way you keep that small footprint. And it really helps because we're just using basic designs today, and those are readily available in our basic shapes. We're going to use a heart and a star. So there we go. And once I get those on here, I need to size them to be roughly 1.5 inches tall. Now, I'll admit I have done this project before because of course I just love me some glitter tattoos, and the 1.5 inches worked really well. So let's do that for both of these designs, and then we will move forward on cutting. Okay, so once they're sized, you click over to Make It and select the material that you're going to use. I'm going to position them here by hand. Since they're stencils, I want them to have enough border around the outside. And now I'm going to connect to my Cricut Joy. Super easy and simple. And once it's connected, I can then select the material type. I'm going to use smart vinyl because I'm actually using a scrap of Oracal 651. But I have cut the Oracal 651 to be 5.5 inches wide so that it fits the same size as the smart vinyl. Now this will be my first experiment using regular adhesive vinyl, but I'm pretty hopeful that it's going to be a good cut. So then I can line up my material, set it in there, and easy as that, I will send it to cut. So let's take a look at what that means for our machine.
Okay, so you guys ready to get up close and personal? Now, I can't just be like a normal person and decide I want to put this temporary tattoo on my hand because that's too easy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what I would consider the hardest part of this tutorial, and I'm going to put this bad boy right here. Now, let me first say that I'm very happy with how these turned out. These cut on the Cricut Joy. This is Oracal 651, and they cut on the smart vinyl setting without a cutting mat. You just have to make sure that your vinyl is set at 5.5 inches wide. So, score one for us, right? I'm going to use the star. Now keep in mind that I'm trying to do this without a mirror, okay? So, no transfer tape needed. I'm peeling this off the backing. Be careful that you do not rip your vinyl stencil. All right, so let's see, we can put this guy here. Are you excited yet? So you do want to make sure that your edges are flush against your skin because we're going to use body glue. Now this is cosmetic grade body glue. However, it is not rated for use with your eyes and your mouth. You cannot get this around your eyes and mouth. So I'm starting around the edges of my vinyl, and this has an applicator tip similar to lip gloss. And I just want to apply the body glue from the outside going in. And I want a nice even coat, and make sure you get the inside too. Okay. the lid back on my glue, and all I have are 2 samples of fine, extra fine. This is extra fine glitter. Now, of course, this is going to make a mess, but you just have to be prepared for that anytime you're working with glitter. Okay, I will dab my brush. I have a little cosmetic brush, and just dab it right onto my glue. And my goal, don't dab too vigorously. You don't want your stencil to fall off. My goal is to go about half and half. Okay, so I believe I got some decent coverage. Now I'm going to move on to my red. And I did double dip using the same brush. That's okay. My glitter will forgive me. And you notice I'm dabbing, I'm not wiping. I do not want to force glitter and glue underneath my stencil. Okay, are we ready to see how it turned out? You can see my stencil came loose right there, but I think we're still good. What do you think? Is it crisp? Can you see? So overall, I'm really happy with that. Hopefully you are too. Now, I would not want to, I guess in theory I could, but I do not want to reuse this stencil. So I also have a heart stencil. Let's do that on the other side. Let me see. This is a little bit harder when you don't use the transfer tape, but easier at the same time. Okay, so do I want the heart? Let's do the heart on the same side. Can I do it on the same side? Let me see. Okay, so I do want to say that I have done this before. Don't try this at home. Just kidding. I do want you to try it at home. Just make sure you're using safe materials. Okay, so now you're probably asking, how do you get this nonsense off your face when you're done? That's okay. That's a legitimate question. It easily came off for me using just standard facial makeup removing wipes. I didn't have to use anything special. And the tattoos I tried out on my hand came off with hand soap. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to wipe right off. I did have to scrub vigorously, but it came off. Let's do the blue on this side. And red on the inside and around the outside. I hope I'm getting good coverage on these. Put an area right here. It's okay if you talk to yourself while applying the stencils. Oh no, my glue is drying to my brush. Okay, all right, let's see how this one turned out. Okay, what do we think? Did I lose too much glitter on my star? I do have a fine layer of star glitter on here, so. But I just want to say that after these dry, they stay really, really well. So in my last experiment, I had a heart on my face. Now, I do shower. Don't take this the wrong way. But I left my heart on with no vigorous washing. I covered it up in the shower, and it stayed on for a solid 2 days before I took it off. And when I took it off, I still had to scrub. Now, each day I lost a little bit of the crispness around my design, but overall, it stayed on for 2 days with no problems at all. So, once this is dry, you should be able to touch it and get very little back on your hands. As a matter of fact, my star, there we go, I should be able to rub it and it stays on. So it's a very good combination, in my opinion, for glitter tattoos.
So what'd you guys think of the glitter tattoos? They are so easy and they're really, really cute. I've been doing them all week. They're perfect for, think of sporting events and 4th of July and just anytime you want to add that extra pop of fun. The kids love them, adults love them, you know you do, and don't be afraid to try some for yourself. Now, what I would do is make sure that you're seeking out cosmetic grade body glue and cosmetic grade glitter. Now, the glitter that I used is biodegradable as well as cosmetic grade, so also safe for the environment. Just a few tips and tricks when you're out there sourcing your products. All right, guys, I'd love to hear any questions that you have. Be sure to leave them in the comments. Check back for other videos that we're doing, especially with our cute little Cricut Joy. And thank you, as always, for joining in. We'll see you again.